I am. Don't normally do these on a Sunday, but there was a bit of a request went out, and I spent the morning at the boot fair. So I saw some of Carla and Lex's this morning gathering on the tubes, but I need to catch up with the rest of it. Just had some lunch. And I thought I'd do a little live, yes, Lex, especially for you. I'm sure other people have got other football, barbecue, summer-related things to do. But, and there's a few sparkly bits in there too. Well, pretties. So I thought I'd show you. I'm so tired though. I was up and out at 7:30 this morning. Picked my friend Anne up. She had a reasonable day. Well, it wasn't particularly busy, but bit of a diversion. Got that dress hung up behind me. I've drafted it, but haven't actually listed it because apparently it's quite valuable. But I need to go over it with a fine-tooth comb and check for any little faults. Hello, Cherry. Lovely to see you. It's not. It must be very late. It must be well past your bedtime. Oh, hello, Sam. Hope everyone's well. I'll show you this sparkly bit first because this was given to me. It's a little ring on the middle digit, tiny little butterflies. Probably look better not on my finger. I have old fingers. There we go. Tiny, weeny little butterflies. Really cute. Silver marquisite. And my friend Anne very, very sweetly gifted it to me for taking it to the flea market, taking her to the boot fairs and what have you. But of course I can't take it to the next one because it's on when I might be somewhere else. So, what did I get? It's very pretty. It's slightly too big actually on this finger, but I have quite big knuckles and quite slim hands there. So it's very delicate, so it's not going to be an everyday wear, but it is so cute, and it is of course silver, and it's just lovely. It was such a lovely thought, so I will put that somewhere safe, but I'll wear it for now. So what have we got? Well, this isn't in the order in which I bought them, but I thought I'll write down what I've spent so that I give. This is a very ordinary looking blanket. It's missing a tiny seed bead there. It's got little beads on it. The reason I picked this up is it's kind of like a throw, but it has the magical name that people like, upside down, Laura Ashley. This is 100% wool, trimmed with silk. I have sold things from Laura Ashley that are like throws for quite considerable money. So I don't know how much this one will go for. It needs a little bit of attention, some debobbling, a bit of tidying up, I would say. But I paid £4 for it. So I quite liked that. So it needs a bit of TLC, but it's the Laura Ashley name really that people are very fond of. We'll have to do all the big stuff first because the jewellery's on going to the bottom. So if you can bear with me for that. You need a debobble today. Yes, there are days when sometimes it's the only thing that'll work. Who knows what this is? Bundled in with a load of really rubbishy looking scarves was this. Now this is because of my previous knowledge, I've got to be honest. I recognise the feel of the fabric. I recognise this small edge to it where it's sort of, it's not tassels, it's just been sort of frayed, and it's huge. It's absolutely vast. This is, and I say it with as much certainty as I can muster, a Liberty Merino Wool shawl. Now they go for all sorts of money on eBay. Now I know it is, even though it hasn't got the label on, which I know is a risk, and I'm very careful with these things, but I've had a lot of them, and I know there's just something about the cool feel of the fabric and the quality of it, which means I know it's a Liberty one. Plus the size. They make theirs a very specific size. And this, of course, is a wonderful paisley in red. And that cost me a whole English pound. Again, if it hasn't got the label on, people just don't know. And I can't tell you what it is that about the feel of it exactly that means that I know. But I started off in this business collecting scarves and still do. So I've had a fair few of these in my years. I would say the most popular design is the peacock feather one, which is known as Hera. But I'm a bit of a fan of Liberty anyway, so when I saw that, now I have to go very carefully because these very much tend to have moth holes in. They will sell even with little moth holes in if people love the design, but obviously that affects the price of it. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that over very carefully. But that was a great find. Yes, it does look like a Victorian pashmina, but it's actually square. I think a lot of pashminas tend to be sort of long, like a shawl wrap. That's the Liberty London shop in Regent Street that we've got here. That if you ever come to the UK and visit, you have to go there. It's wonderful. Oh, well, okay. These I actually got for me, and I'm not sure if I'm going to like them or not because I think they're such dark brown, they're very nearly black, but it was the pattern that got me. Very Liberty print, very Beaver. And they're just like stretchy jegging things. They call them leggings, but I always think they're jeggings if they actually try and look like a pair of jeans, which these are. And they've got pockets in the back. So I might try those if I don't look, feel too uncomfortable, ridiculous, etc. in them. I may keep them. If not, they'll get sold for probably very little money because they're only next. Yep, next jeans. But they're a long length as well. When you get something that has a decent length leg in it, it matters. You've been over here. It's the most beautiful place. It truly is. Didn't realise you'd been over here. Yeah, they are kind of cool, aren't they? I'm just a bit concerned they look brown rather than black, and I'm not really a brown person in that sense. Before I dig myself a massive hole. This looks like a bit like a dish rag, but I promise you it's not. It's a crepe silk blouse. It's a really nice quality silk, and the reason it's nice quality is because it's by this brand, which is by Marlene Berger, MBD. I don't find Marlene Berger very often, but when I do, it sells. So yeah, so I will have to check that over very carefully because obviously when you're scrabbling around on the floor on a tarpaulin trying to find clothes, that's not always a good option. And that will get steamed and inspected thoroughly. ACB, not sure what that is. Oh, sorry, it was, yeah, a couple of times op shopped. Yeah, op shop's charity shopping, isn't it? I've worked that one out. There were a fair number of stalls there. It was fairly busy. All the stall holders were saying they hadn't done very well. And an awful lot of what they had was, how can I put it politely, fairly average. Now that is missing a button, that's a bugger. But I've probably got a spare one somewhere. Oh, man. You see, this is, again, it's the problem when you... I'll have a proper look, but this, it's a man's rain jacket, I would say. It's a shorter length one. Not a great long Burberry like the one I've got back there. But most people who know the brands will know that is very like Aquascutum, except this isn't Aquascutum. It is another decent brand. If I can find... Oh, there it is. There we go. Quite high-end, Hawes and Curtis. They were one of these German street tailors that kind of then went a bit online, so they lost a lot of their value and their brand. But their stuff is still decent quality, and I picked this up because it basically cost me £1. I will have to go hunting for a spare button because it's missing one. So that could be a fail. But I'm going to go through it all and see if I can find a spare one, or I may have a spare one in my button box. Chance you take. Okay, let me make a note of this because that was the whole point, wasn't it? All right, Ashley, throw £4. Scarf, £1. The blouse, I think that was £1. Curtis. They do amazing blouses, Halls and Curtis. I've got a couple in my shop that are mad paisley. I mean, absolutely mad paisley. There isn't a lot. I did get some other stuff from that lady, but anyway. These were £1 each as well. This is it's got a nautical flavour to it, slightly military. It's in black, and it's not been worn. It's all right. It's not the top end, but in that condition, it's got to have some money in it for £1. So it's a Ralph Lauren skirt, quite summery. So I need to get that one on very soon. Okay. Also, Ralph Lauren. Oh, Ralph Lauren Golf. Ralph Lauren Golf. Golfing is obviously a bit of a thing right now. I think these are ladies' ones. A 6. Okay, that's American, so it's a 10 UK. But they're quite good. They have little zips on. These are actually shorts. They're golfing shorts. They're in pretty good nick, so I didn't mind picking them up. I've got a pile there that's probably going to all come back down on me at one point. There we go. I like to do this when I get back from the group fair. I usually will sit down, go through it all, write down what I've spent, and then I just file that with my receipts. Because obviously it's all cash, isn't it? This would have been £1. Now, a good old stripy jumper is a decent thing. This one's a bit novel because it's got a big zip down the back. This is a good brand. It doesn't move quickly for me, but I quite like the style. This is Clements Ribeiro. There are people who like it, but it's not. I mean, it's damned expensive new. But this was extra fine pure merino wool in a size medium. I would say that's quite a small size, actually. I mean, it doesn't look like it's shrunk, but... Ooh, people are in. Jason, hello. Gamer. I haven't got any games to show you, Jason, but it's lovely to see you. You might not find this so absorbing unless you're moving to clothing. Perfect skirt for Cows Week. Absolutely. Not something I do, really, but... That's £1 for that. Most of these things for £1 because I don't want to spend a lot of money unless I see something absolutely amazing. I try not to. I've got enough stock, in fairness. I'm not feeling it. Now, this I picked up because it was a bit mad and it really didn't look like it had been worn. I don't know who Camp David is, or what Camp David is. I thought it was something political. But this has all kinds of branding on it. What does that say? Cape. Something expedition, Camp David, nautical equipment. I mean, it might be absolutely naff. Might not be anything. But, you know, it had quite a lot of detail on. Yeah, it's got all that. Limited road journey. Don't know. I like the colour of it, actually, as well. It's a much brighter blue than it's showing up. Original trademark. Camp David, 1963. Oh, that's a very good year. And we're not saying why. That's what I thought. So I was like, what's this about a Camp David road trip? Anyway, that could be an epic fail, but, you know, boot fairs are where I learn new things and try different stuff. And usually if something's got embroidery all over it like that, it's a decent thing. Happy Sunday, Daisy B. Thank you for the vibes. We'll pass those along to Lex, won't we? We need them right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's where the presidents go on holiday. This I picked up. It's not for summer, clearly, but I know autumn is around the corner because it always is. It's a suede skirt with some cutout design on it. It's wireless. It's nothing special, but this kind of colour is always really good. Just a straight skirt in real suede, amazingly free of ickiness, because sometimes they get stuff on them, don't they? I do like the natural fabrics. I do like suede, and cotton, and merino wool, and cashmere, and all of that sort of fun stuff. I think they were £1 each as well. I certainly very rarely pay more than £1. So it's been a quite economical trip. And the rest is jewellery. There's not a lot. It is a mini haul. It's a big bag. It's a tiny bit at the bottom. Let me just... You have to take the biggest bags and be optimistic, don't you? You can always spot a reseller with an IKEA bag. It's a bit of a giveaway. But what have we here? Now, trying to work out what I spent, so bear with a second. Let me partition it out. That went with that. That went with that. I did buy something from somebody because I felt sorry for them. They were so crestfallen. They've not had a good day. Hang on, have I missed something? Right, okay, I've got it in order now. These two things are basically 50p each. This, and I have got one of these listed at the moment. It's not pearls and it's not glass. It is actually mother of pearl round beads. And they're not desperately shiny. They're not matte either, but they're kind of semi-matte. Tiniest barrel clasp. I mean, ew, awkward. But I quite like those. They are, I'm not showing it to the best advantage. It's a kind of a collar length vintage. And they're all the same size. They've been nicely done. So that would have been 50p. This I need to look up what it is. I think it's quite likely to be glass beads because they're too pink. They're much too pink and it's not showing on here to be rose quartz. They're just the wrong sort of pink on the barrel glass. But I thought they were rather sweet and rather charming. Probably a kind of a milk glass sort of thing done in pink. Pretty. Yes, we like pretty. Hello, Jewel. Yeah, little. So there were those. That was cheapy. This I actually bought off my friend Anne, whose store was outside my van. Just because I liked it. Here we go. I do like figural pieces. Critters. He's got, I think they're actually a very dark green. Yeah, they are. They show up better on camera. Little peacock with his little ABs in his head. You may, I don't know if he is missing a stone. He probably isn't. It's quite a sizable one. And it's not, I couldn't see a name on it. It's not a designer, but I paid £1 for that, so I didn't mind. I liked it. Liked it. For 50p. Oh, this rather large enamel. It's a bit like a daisy, isn't it? Quite cheerful. Again, it didn't have a maker on it, but it's quite nicely done with a bit pin on the back. So that's vintage. It's 50p. And then I paid £1 for this. And this is real turquoise. You can tell that just has a different feel to the dyed howlite stuff. Colour variations, it's a lot greener than it's looking here. And turquoise apparently tends to do that when it gets older. It becomes more greeny rather than blue. An unsigned beauty. Yes. Now, I don't know if it's on silver. I couldn't really tell. And to be honest, I don't really care if it isn't, because I think it's just so nice. And I like these tiny little things at the bottom there. Cute. Very cute. Collar length, choker length. But I will test to see if it is silver. But I have a great weakness for turquoise. I also have a very great weakness for micro mosaic. Now this is very, very finely done. And the finer they are, obviously the higher quality they are. This was in a box of absolute utter crap. I mean, I'm not kidding. It was beyond crap. And I just found myself kind of having to dig through while I was passing the time. It's going to be fun getting it off the card there. I don't think it's a precious metal. I may have to take it off the card anyway. It's basically on a safety pin. Yeah, no, I don't think it is a precious metal. But it is so cool. If I hold it the right way up. I'm not sure which is the right way up. Could be poppies. Maybe they're poppies. The little blue stones. Absolutely stunning. Love, love, love that. I really I have a weakness for micro mosaic. So, okay, that was £2, actually, that micro mosaic. That was one of the first things I bought. The chap I felt sorry for, bless him, had a very sparse stall, shall we say, but I went and had a look at the jewellery. And I think I paid him 50p for this. This is a pendant, but it's unusually thick. And the reason it's unusually thick, and I think that's probably glass in the middle, although I didn't really have a close look. Yeah, looks like it's glass. It does actually open up. So whether there was originally a perfume inside, because it's not a locket for pictures. And there is a name on the back. Oops. Let's see it, drop it. Vanda. Vanda. A little bit of tarnishing on the back there. Oh, it smells very cupboardy. I thought I've got some faux gold chains. I could put that on. It has a certain look to it. So, yeah, I thought, why not? And then I did buy this off him. I paid £2 for this. I think I probably overpaid. But it's all purple stones. And purple is a colour that, people have a thing for. They are all... You've got bits of pearl there, I think. Haven't tested. And then there's all these little crystals. There's some faceted ones. It just intrigued me. I thought, well, yeah, give the guy a break, really. Just felt like being nice. And it's got that lovely cool to the touch, so not plastic. But there's a right old mixture of things going on there. It's a very busy necklace. And then, USA, yeah, I think it is, USA. And then I bought 5 items for £1. Now, I was digging around in this little plastic box. You know how it is. It's all musty and tangled. And they said, oh, everything's 20p each. I thought, okay, yes. So I got this old humdinger. That's actually quite a nicely cut. I'm assuming that's glass. But, it's, again, unsigned. An unsigned beauty, but that's quite a statement, I think, in terms of the size of it. So, okay, well, we'll have 20p. I mean, come on. And then I picked this little one up, which is, it's a fairly bog standard design, I would say. You see a lot of this about. And it's got quite a nice old style back to it there. Again, I couldn't see a signature on that one. But maybe I was just tired by this stage. This was when we were getting ready to come back home. Not seeing a signature. But still charming, This fascinated me. You often get bits of fused glass or art glass. Oh, I've knotted it up horribly now. Oh, no, wrong way. There we go. Right. I don't know if this is silver or not. I don't think it is. Sorry, talking and not showing. Bad habit. And usually I bypass these little things by. But that's particularly nice sort of foiled glass. But on the back, and again, I don't know if this is going to pick up. Let me get my face out of it and you might be able to see. It says Vetro Murano. So it is Murano glass, and that little lettering on the back of this says Murano glass. It doesn't say if it's on silver, so it may not be, but I quite like that. The fact that it actually says it's merino glass. I've never seen that before. And I don't think the findings are silver. But, still a cute thing. A nice little piece. So for 20p, who's going to argue? Now, I've been saying to myself, I ought to learn how to restring things. Because I picked this up. It looks a bit of a mess. Very tired. The strings have gone. But I think that's coral. Oh, did you? Yeah, it's a real modern thing, isn't it? The fact they're actually marking it as Merino now. There we are. Nice little clasp. But as you can see, there's string. And they're going to burst open at any moment. So I picked those up with thinking, hello, Josh. Nice to see you. Hope you had a good morning at the booties. So there we are. I'm pretty sure those are coral beads. They're not terribly uniform, but they're interesting. They're just that colour, aren't they? Very salmon pink. Very salmon pink. And the last thing, which I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it in there, because this was the first thing I picked out. Can you tell what it is yet? It's on a stretchy bracelet. Not what I normally go for. But it's coral. That is coral. I know it now. I've seen it enough times. These are all coral. I mean, wow. And all this from really a very small little carton of stuff that you'd bypass. But I saw that. You think it's Bakelite? Interesting. It's got... It's cold. It's cold. So it's definitely not a plastic. And I'm pretty sure that's just seeing all the grain in it and the kind of textures and things. So I'll do some investigation. But I think that it's very stone feeling. I think that might be a coral. I've seen other things like it. But we'll look into it. But I liked it because I just thought, wow, how cool is that? And for 20p, I don't know what it is. I like. So, that was a very small haul, Lex. I'm sorry. Didn't get very much stuff. But, I don't really need a huge amount of stuff. I've got plenty to be getting on with. And I've got some scheduling to do today, actually. And, of course, there's that football thing on tonight, so I'll be watching that. But, much as I like what I think is the coral, I think my very favourite piece has got to be my micro mosaic. I just adore that. I'm going to have to go over it, the fine tooth again, and see if it's missing anything. I hope that helps, Lex. Cheers, everybody up. Happy to watch anyone's live hauls. I've got to go back and re-watch or catch up on Carla's, whatever this is, on a Sunday show. And, it's enough grubby, this, though. I'm peering out and going, oh, that's dirty. It's very dirty. So, happy days. Yes, not bad. I'll add those onto the cost of this, but I'm reckoning £1 for those. £2.50 for those. £1 for that. £2 for that. £1 for that. Right, so I reckon I've spent 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, £22.50, which is a fairly small spend for me. I don't usually spend more than about 50 quid, but I don't usually spend less than 30, to be honest, when I go to a group fair. So there you have it. £22.50 worth of jewellery, which will make me profit when I get it listed, as it were. So thank you for joining me. It's been lovely to see you. And I'll say goodbye and let you go. Enjoy your Sunday, because next week is another week. Bye-bye.